Beyond the Veil, Navigating the Great Awakening, a special series on Survivor Angels.
It's time for Survivor Angels, an approach to strengthen trauma survivors. Here, you can escape what draws negativity and engage your positive abilities and the gifts that you've always had. Let's activate your angels. And to help you on that journey, here's Chaplain Jodi.
July 2026. The 250th anniversary of our country, Jen. There is going to be fireworks, maybe more so than what we're even planning on. Woo! I think it's going to be a hot one in the old town this year. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I think there's a lot of moving parts to this month, highs and lows and everything in between for people.
Mm-hmm. What's the first thing that pops in your head?
Communication, I think, is going to be huge. Left side, right side, everything in between, communications with family, communications is going to play a big part. I mean, we're still in a retrograde going through this whole month. But I think communication, not only in verbal communication, but contracts, those kind of things are going to be in flux.
Mm-hmm. I know I was sitting a couple of times this morning because since we were in Deadwood together this past weekend, and for those of you who maybe had thought you were going to sit in on us taping the show in Deadwood, well, here we are sitting. We were just having so much fun in Deadwood. We never got the show taped, so we're doing it now. So hopefully you weren't looking for us out there, even though we were there. But so this morning I was really sitting a lot, and the downloads that I was getting is contracts. That was a big one that came up. But the other piece was, and if I have this right, is trust the whispers, not the headlines. I think we're going to be going more internally.
Yes.
With trusting ourselves and not trusting everything that's external, because I think we're starting to realize that we can't trust all of those external things that are coming at us like at warp speed.
Yeah, for sure. I got that too. I wrote truths, turning points, breakthroughs. Yeah, that's all going to be in review. Relationships, our spirituality, what we think, that's all going to be one of those where we take pause and go, let me rethink this because I don't know what I'm feeling, right? And I think old habits, those kind of things will rear its ugly head this month. But I think that, like you said, just an introspection of, is this right? Does this sound right? If the government's going to give us more stuff on UFOs, why are they giving us this much? Is there this much more that's going to be released this year? I think we're really going to be questioning a lot this month.
Mm-hmm. I do too. And just to go back to Deadwood, because we just got home from there.
Yeah.
I have been to South Dakota countless times because I grew up in North Dakota. And so both growing up, we would go there a lot. And now my hubby, Jeff, and I, we love that part of the country. The Dakotas are just, they're my soul. I can't get enough of it. And so that's one of the areas that we do like to go, besides places in North Dakota as well. Every time I go, I learn something new out there. And it changes my perspective slightly again. And I think that is a huge message for us, that when we think we've got it, where we understand it all, the universe says, well, no, not quite. And shows us something that says, think about this, talk about this. yeah, guess what? None of that was right. There's some of those aha moments. I think that's part of the fireworks of July. Is I think there's going to be some really big kabooms that are going to rattle our foundations. And I'm not sure what that means. I mean, do you have any idea? I'm just getting that whole earth shaking vibration. And I don't mean the earthquakes that have been going on or anything.
Um, I think that we've been told certain narratives. And I think, especially this month, that there's kind of, and I don't want to use the term awakening, but that's what I'm going to use,
Go
is
ahead.
that we're going to be a little more conscious in our thoughts, our feelings, and really kind of doing the introspective step back, which could rattle foundations, rattle your spirituality, rattle your relationships, on top of communication issues. I think there's a lot of dynamics going on where people are going to be wanting clarity, either of themselves or of other people, whether it's a contract with or a verbal communication. I think there's something like resonating right now where I think everybody just needs to kind of step back a little bit and be careful, especially like mid-month. I see a bunch of like waves, which are always my like caution flag of be careful before you sign anything, before you do that contract for concrete or whatever the case may be. Know all the sticking points, know all the fine points of what you're discussing, that everybody's on the same page, because I think that there is a possibility of misconstruing, miscommunication, arguments, problems. And there's a lot of female stuff going on this month too. So I don't know, like women's health, mother issues. There's something about moms this month. So if your mom is not doing well or not feeling well, pay extra attention to that.
Right. And I don't want to put that to the side, but I just got a download when you were talking
Yeah.
about contracts. Um, my little friendly angels were saying it's not just written contracts, it's verbal contracts. And we have verbal contracts with
Yep.
just about everybody in our life
Yep.
in one way or another. And so I think that we need to be very cognizant of those as well, whether it's with a sibling or with your spouse or with your children, with friends. Maybe it will be new friends. Be careful how you enter into that contract with people that maybe you're meeting for the first time. This is what the angels are giving me, is it's not just signing your name on a piece of paper. It's about that interpersonal communication and interaction that we're going to have this month, that is also going to need to have clarity and discernment, both of them. So discern and then make sure it's clear.
Yeah. And I see that with a lot of the personal stuff that's going to be going on, not only the dynamics within the family, but with friends who may not be around anymore or you don't need. And when you slough those people off, new opportunities, new contracts, new, things going on are going to start happening. And so within that, I see opportunity, personal growth, perspective. This is definitely has a lot of moving parts this month. But it's all about the dynamics of communication and relationships and contracts is heavily where this month is leading for me.
Oh my gosh, the downloads are coming fast and furious here. Okay, so I just got the piece with friends.
Yeah.
It's not about having this huge circle of friends anymore.
Mm-mm.
We all are going to start tightening that inner circle.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need mentally and emotionally, is that small group, whether it's 1 or 2 or 3, because we will be supporting each other.
Yeah.
And we know the trust factor. We understand what it is. And we actually have solid, mature emotions with those people. not some of this fly-by-night stuff where all of a sudden something becomes a competition, you know, or you're going to get easily offended because you maybe don't understand that person as well.
Right.
Those people are going to get weeded out, and our circle of friends are going to become smaller. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong. We're not about numbers, even though there's a lot of crap out there that tells us, oh, it's all about the numbers and the more numbers. It's like followers and stuff, you know, on
Right.
social media. No, when it comes to us and keeping ourselves healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it, all across the board, we don't, it's not about showing the world, oh, hey, look, everybody loves me. Yeah, forget about it, because everybody doesn't love you. I'm sorry, it's just not the way that the world is. You keep that circle that you love, and you know that they love you, because that's where the trust and support piece is going to come in. And I think that's going to be really crucial with that discernment and clarity this month, because there might be that
Yeah.
big stuff going on.
Yeah. And if you notice, you look at your Instagram or whatever feed, X, etc., you're going to notice more and more of take this supplement, do these exercises, and you get sucked into that. There's a reason why this is all happening. All these influences are like, take care of your health, do this, do that. It's about the truth becoming revealed. It's about self-care. And within that, I keep hearing like a snake. So be careful, because those people will show themselves during this time. This is talking about reflection, revision, understanding our connections with people. This is all tying together with the opening the eyes, listening, hearing, understanding ourselves, what's best for us, and getting rid of some of these people. Because I think that there's going to be like, oh, they see an opportunity that they want to glom onto you for that opportunity. Be very careful, folks. Know who you are, know what your boundaries are, because I hear boundaries are huge, but especially with those verbal contracts and connections that you have this month. There will be people rearing their ugly heads for other reasons, nothing related to your good.
I know the forecast for us in Minnesota. I don't know how it is for you in Idaho, um, but even over in Europe, this is like an unbelievable heat wave that is going through everywhere. And I talked to my son out in Washington on Sunday, and he said the same thing out there. Is it is so hot,
Yeah.
and what comes with heat? Tempers.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is short tempered because they're hot and they're cranky and they can't get any relief. And so they are not thinking logically.
Yeah.
Is that the word I want to use? Logically?
Yeah. When you're clapping back at people, you're irrational and, like you said, irritable. And it's the me focus of instant gratification or not. And so I think, once again, communication is going to be key. What are we going to be doing? It's going to be blazing hot. They've already said 4th of July, some places are not even having it because of all the fires, like Utah. But what do? They have barbecues and they drink, right? And when you
Yep.
drink and you're hot and having a good time, sometimes this can get you into trouble. So once again, it's like the dynamics of relationships, communication, that's all going to be review. And I'm seeing from like July 4th, Mars definitely comes into play, and Mars is, your anger planet. It just enhances that kind of stuff.
It's that
So
red
just
hot fiery one out there.
exactly. And so just be really aware. Just like, oh, 4th of July, I really got to like watch, especially if you're not used to being around family all the time and you're around family for the event. Just remember, things are clicking right now. Things are happening. You're in situations with people you're not normally with. Watch this and watch this, right? Because we
Right.
want to be in a good space for this month. And as long as we're aware, we can make better decisions.
Right. And for those of you listening who maybe don't know Jen's background, she's retired Cali law enforcement. So she's seen enough of the results
Oh
of
yeah.
too much heat and
Yeah.
alcohol and what happens from that. And so take what she says as gospel here because she's been there, done that. She's had to pick up the pieces from a lot of that. And we want
Yeah.
you to have a nice 4th of July and a nice July period and everything. That's why Jen and I do this show, is to hopefully give you some guidance and some visibility of how things might look for you so you can do a little preparation, at least in the back of your mind. It's sort of like worst case scenario thing, and you do the troubleshooting out
Right.
there. But I know we locked up at the moment, but the audio will keep going for us, Jen. So
Yeah, we're good. It's all about navigating, navigating the month, so that we could be a little more productive. We can find a little more peace. We can have a little bit more enjoyment. If you're aware and you have that in the back of your head, like, oh yeah, they said communication. Oh yeah, they said be careful about contracts. It's just to give you a heads up, that we all need, because we get busy day to day with running kids and doing errands and grocery shopping and working. It's just a good reminder, so that we can be better humans and grow.
right. Absolutely. Yeah, hot fun in the summertime, right? Wasn't that Sly the Family Stones that did that? I love that song.
Yeah. Um, what else are you getting? Are you getting anything else?
I was let me just check my notes on my phone because I always make a few notes on my phone. My studio is really hot right now as I sit here. Um, oh yeah, this was the other download that I got. Don't expect the worst. I mean, if you're sitting here and listening to Jen and I, don't get yourself all in a snit over this. And think worst case scenario. That's not what it's going to be like. These things that come up are going to be subtle. And so you just need to be aware. And that's where I say if you do a little pre-planning of, I called it, I know, worst case scenario planning, running through your options and stuff. But I mean it on a very subtle level. So if you know you're going to be around this person and that person, and things could, go south or something, or you're at an event where there's the possibility of something happening because fights break out at events. Face it, that's gone on for generations. So anything like that, just sort of have a game plan in place.
Right.
But don't dwell on it and don't make it crazy and don't let it ruin your 4th of July celebration or this month for that matter.
Right. I mean, this month is really about opportunity and taking the opportunity to make those connections and have family get-togethers and have fun and really celebrate everything that we're able to achieve in this country, and I think, you can have doom and gloom. You can look at the glass half full or half empty, however you do it, is how you're going to do it. But just knowing that, well, here are things to think about so that it might be a better month for you, or it might be a better month for your kids or your siblings or your get together. Everybody makes their experience what it is, right? But just be aware of how we individually play into those dynamics, right? If you are a grumpy bear all the time, just realize that this month I really need to be careful. I need to watch it. Mom issues, maybe people don't get along with their mom, but I feel like there's a lot of female energy that we really need to be aware of. Health concerns, communications, etc. And just, if you want to have a great month, just kind of keep those in mind. Bring it into your day. Just say, I'm going to watch out for this or watch out for that. And, if the day goes great, then hallelujah, right? We did a service for the month, right? But enjoy it. Have
Yeah.
fun. Do that opportunistic, like, here's my month. We're 250 years in the making, and I'm making it my month.
Yes. And that's just it. think, so many people are going, oh, I hate this country and I hate this and I hate that. Take this opportunity. We have made it 250 years, and it has not been an easy road. It has been bumpy from day one. This is nothing new. So take this opportunity to find the good things that has happened to this country, that's been done in this country, that has benefited this country, because it's all come back to all of us. And so maybe be a little thankful and grateful on the 4th of July and look at those things instead. This is a big deal to be 250 years old. Can you imagine if we live to be 250 years old and be woohoo, right?
Well, just look at the opportunity. Like every morning, as a month as a whole, I mean, it's awesome because it's 250, but also like every morning, like the first 5 minutes of waking up, think of one thing to be grateful for. I got a job, that is something to be grateful for. I have beautiful kids, thank you. I have my health. I have a car, whatever the case may be. The flower opened this morning. Yay. Just be thankful and grateful, because you change the perspective and the dynamics of the way you look at things, and living in gratitude really changes the opportunities. I'm a firm believer that what you put out there, not only written, but verbally, or how you think, the universe responds with the same back and will give you tenfold. I really, really believe that.
Yep. I mean, just like something, I don't want to say as simple as owning a home, because it's not simple to own a home, and there are people who can't afford to own a home. I get that. And there's a whole lot of factors going on right now why people are talking about that. I'm not going to go there. But do you know that America has a higher home ownership than any other country in the world? We are blessed. Not everybody can say that, but the majority can, compared to the rest of the world. And that is something to celebrate, because this country makes a concerted effort to make that happen, where other countries, they don't care and they don't do that. But in this country, you have that freedom to make it happen and make it work. Do you have to work for it? Yeah. I know my husband and I didn't get anything that we've got without a whole lot of hard work all of our lives. Both of us started working like when we were 12 and 13 years old, and we have worked ever since. And we appreciate all of it so much more. And that's why we appreciate our country so much, because other people, now I'm going to cry, have given and sacrificed so much.
Yeah.
That so many of us can live the American dream, which really we all can. We're not in a war zone here.
Yeah.
We all have access to food. We do all have access to clothing, and for the most part, a roof over our heads. I mean, I know we have homeless, and there's a lot of veteran homeless, out there, and, it all breaks my heart, but we're always working to make it better, which you can't say in a lot of other countries.
Yeah, and I look at it, I think, especially having Copa Mundial, the World Cup here, I think that it's a beautiful thing, because what's happening is other countries are coming and appreciating what we take advantage of. And they are posting it on their X, they're posting it on Instagram. They have all these feeds of how amazing the United States is, and how joyful they are being here. They're loving our ranch, dressing. They're draping themselves in their flags. They're getting together with common folk on a common thing for a common good. And it's all during this time of celebrating the United States. I think that is amazing. I'm going to watch the game tonight. Go USA, right? Because I'm proud of where I came from. Do you think I could do what I do in another country? Oh, no.
No.
I would be like the witch trials. But I am so blessed and so happy. And watching these folks come to our land and celebrate this wonderful place that we get to call home is amazing. And I just want, like, for the month, have their spirit, feel their energy.
Yes.
new eyes, new opportunities. Just have a great July. Make it what you want.
Yep.
Definitely remember the pitfalls, remember our communication, those kind of things, because you know what? We're all in this together. And that's the whole point of doing this podcast, is so that we can like work together, because we all have good days, we all have bad days, and we all have reminder days that, you know, we're not alone.
Right. And that's why we keep making it better, because we have those reminder days that we're not 100%. And that's okay, because that still gives us something to work for. Otherwise, we'd be so complacent that we'd just be a bunch of really boring people. So
Sure.
take advantage of these people that are in our country that are basically holding a mirror up to us saying, look at how great you've got it. Is
Yeah,
it perfect? No, it's not. And we know that, and we acknowledge that. But let's celebrate the good stuff.
for sure.
All right, everybody, have a great 4th of July and the whole month of July. And Jen and I will see you back here next month.
Bye, guys.
Thanks again for joining Chaplain Jodi on Survivor Angels. For more information, go to chaplainjodi.me. That's chaplainjodi.me. And on Facebook at Survivor Angels-Chaplain Jodi. This is Dave Schrader. Until next time, sending you off to activate your angels.